Prince William has grown much closer to Queen Camilla, and the pair have now formed a tight bond, despite the future king's feelings towards her initially being complicated, a royal expert has revealed. Despite his privileged background, William has faced many personal challenges. Has had to deal with the loss of his beloved mother and grandmother, the estrangement from his brother Prince Harry, his father's cancer diagnosis, and now his wife is battling the same harsh disease. The list of people Prince William can turn to for personal support is limited. However, after a few rocky years, there is one family member that 41-year-old William can look to for guidance simply because they find themselves in the same tough situation, and the pair are putting on a brave face together while their partners go through their battles. Recent events have obviously brought Prince William and Queen Camilla much closer, former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond said. They have been left, almost literally, nursing the crown while the king and the princess recover. Talking about how the relationship between the pair will have been strengthened since the King and Kate were both being treated at the London clinic back in January, Jenny tells OK, times of adversity often bring people much closer together. For all the progress that has been made in cancer treatment, it is still a scary thing. And while Camilla and William put on a brave face for the world, and no doubt for their spouses too, there may be times when they confide in one another about how they are dealing with it all. When the late Queen died, William spoke of how she had been at his side at the happiest moments and saddest days of his life. Now, Camilla is sharing some of those times with him, and it must surely cement their relationship. Reflecting on what life is like for someone in such a high-pressure, public-facing role, Jenny adds, there are so very few people that a senior royal can trust absolutely. And Camilla must now be one of that number for William. And I'm sure it is a two-way street, with William offering moral support to Camilla as well. Of course, the relationship between the pair has not always been plain sailing, particularly following the breakdown of the king's first marriage to Diana, Princess of Wales. And, even though they were not introduced for many years, William has thoroughly warmed to Camilla and now sees her for what she is: his father's best friend, his sounding board, and someone who is perfectly placed to pour oil on troubled waters. As an adolescent, William took his time to accept Camilla as the other woman in his father's life, Jenny adds. His feelings towards her were complicated, having witnessed his mother's unhappiness in marriage. But maturity brought with it the realization that Camilla makes his father extremely happy, and the prince knows now that she is the love of his life. The king, 75, and Queen, 76, have been in each other's lives for over 5 decades and are getting ready to celebrate their 19th wedding anniversary on April 9th. But if there's one thing the king's recent health problems have shown, it's that their love is timeless. This true royal love story is joined by the Queen's quick decision to take on more duties. Just last week, she was seen at a farmer's market in Shrewsbury and filled in for the King at the Maundy Thursday service at Worcester Cathedral. She's also passionately supporting her main interests of literature and survivors of domestic abuse. This means her true worth is being recognized more than ever before, not just by William, but by everyone. I think there is now a real warmth and affection between Camilla and William. They are both putting on a brave face to the world as they get on with their jobs, when I am sure they would rather be at home looking after their partners and/or children, says Jenny. Royal expert and editor of Majesty magazine, Ingrid Seward, agrees with Jenny's view about the Queen's long-awaited rise in her stepson's eyes. Camilla is as stoic as she is forgiving. Kate's illness has brought her closer to William, who once disliked her intensely. Even up to her marriage to his father, William and Harry begged Pa not to marry Camilla. Thank goodness he did. Her cheerfulness and open-hearted approach to people and events are exactly what the monarchy needs right now. William can see that, and he must be very grateful to her. Not only is she keen on keeping his father calm, but she is, in her way, keeping the country calm too. Always smiling and giving a cheery report on the progress of Charles and her stepdaughter-in-law. She is exactly what we all need right now. After the Princess of Wales shared her cancer diagnosis news on March 22, Buckingham Palace released a message from the king. He said he's so proud of Catherine for her courage in speaking as she did, and has remained in the closest contact with his beloved daughter-in-law throughout the past weeks. The palace also said both their majesties will continue to offer their love and support to the whole family through this difficult time. Jenny was touched by this statement. I was moved by the fact that he didn't say close, but closest. There's no doubt that cancer has cemented an already strong relationship. It's very touching to think of Charles toddling down the corridor to see Kate when they were both in hospital. And it is understood that the king was left very emotional after their one-on-one lunch at Windsor Castle the day before her broadcast was shown. There are so few people in whom a senior royal can confide, certain that everything they say will be secure. I'm sure they have both found it comforting to be able to discuss their emotions as well as the chemotherapy treatment and how it has made them feel. Of course, Kate has her own father to turn to, so she's not looking for a father figure, but I think she has forged a genuinely affectionate relationship with Charles. And he makes no secret of the fact that he is enormously proud of her. After all, remember how Diana said Charles had always wanted a daughter, and he loves the grandchildren and now sees much more of them either at Windsor or Sandringham. It must be particularly tough for the children to know that both their grandfather and their mother are ill. But I'm sure Charles, like Catherine, tries to shield them from that as much as he can in their tight-knit little group. While King Charles wasn't around as often as he might have wanted for his own kids, has been a major source of support for his son and daughter-in-law, marking a new period for the family. Thanks to his encouragement to take whatever time they needed away from the public eye, the couple has been able to care for each other and provide a safe haven for raising Prince George, 10, Princess Charlotte, 8, and Prince Louis, 5. Prince William has faced many heartbreaking moments in his life, and it's likely he finds comfort in Camilla's understanding. He must feel that fate is cruel, to lose your mother when you are 15, to find the love of your life and the solid happiness of marriage and children. And then to have it shattered in this way must be shocking, says Jenny. She adds, add to that the loss of your only sibling through a painful estrangement, and your father diagnosed with cancer. William must feel that the stars are aligned against him. Thankfully, Camilla is a warm, genuine and motherly person, and I am sure she is doing all she can to support William and Catherine while also taking on a vastly increased workload. Jenny wonders where William gets his immense inner strength from to keep going and face criticism despite everything changing in his life. She believes he draws this power from his late mother. For all her physical and mental fragility at stressful times in her life, Diana was a tough cookie, Jenny recalls. It was her confidence and ability to laugh at the world, and herself, that struck me when we used to chat in her Kensington Palace home. Life had made her tough, and I think William has the same steel in his veins. He can be stubborn and single-minded, but that is no bad thing when you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. His absolute, non-negotiable priority is his family. And for that, I applaud him. His mother's influence is in the relaxed way he interacts with people, and in his determination to help people less well off than himself. It was Diana who first showed her sons the plight of homeless people. Now, William has said that he wants his own children to be fully aware of how privileged they are and how other people may sometimes need a little help. As well as his late mum, his grandma, Queen Elizabeth II, was also there for him, as he said, through the happiest and saddest times. These family matriarchs have been pillars of strength for the future king, their guidance and inspiration working to create a modern monarch ready to tackle 21st century problems. And while he will draw comfort from Camilla as she is one of the only people who understands the pressures he faces, William has also found a second family in the Middletons away from the confines of court life. James Middleton, Kate's brother, showed his support for his sister on Instagram. He shared a childhood photo of them together and wrote, "Over the years, we have climbed many mountains together. As a family, we will climb this one with you too." Jenny believes that Kate has given William something special. She said, "There is no doubt that Kate has given William everything that was lacking in his own family life." She added that their relationship is based on loving, deep partnership founded on friendship, passion and mutual respect, plus a broader, settled and happy relationship with his in-laws. She explained how Kate's parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, have welcomed William into their home. She said, "Michael and Carol Middleton welcomed William into their home and treated him like one of the family. He can relax with them, trust them, and be himself in a way he can do with only a very few others." Even though Kate is going through a tough time, she made sure to think about her 3 children when she made her announcement. This shows that she and William are strong and won't let anything break them. Jenny also thinks that Kate has had a big impact on William. She said, "They have known one another now for more than 20 years, and she has won not only his deep love, but his respect." As Catherine herself said, having William at her side is a great source of comfort and reassurance. "I firmly believe that this is a strong marriage, and it makes me very sad to know that they might have been made aware of vile gossip simply because she wasn't wearing her wedding ring in the Mother's Day photo. When they come through this health crisis, their marriage will be all the stronger." William has shown he is perfectly willing to endure criticism for putting his family before duty, and I'm sure Catherine loves him all the more for that. Personally, I don't think he should feel any obligation to get back to work until his wife has finished her treatment and is fully recovered. If we want a strong and healthy future queen and king, we should allow them all the time they need right now.